What are the biggest problems that you're facing right now? What's impacting you and your business? And if you've done your research and you've done the 2 to 3 minutes it takes to get online and find somebody either on Facebook or LinkedIn or a website in their business, you can generate a small script of pain points that you've seen within certain industries that you can talk to them about that gives you credibility right off the bat. And then you just go from there.
What are some techniques over the phone you have to close a deal? I'm sure you've closed many deals over the phone.
Communication is 3 parts. If you guys haven't looked into it, it's body language, it's tone, and it's your words. You lose the ability of body language over the phone. However, you have the ability to stand up and move around and keep your shoulders back and your posture proper when you are talking with clients over the phone. You will be surprised at what that's going to do to your tonality when you're on there with a customer. A lot of times people get caught up in the end result. I talked about this during my presentation. You're getting caught up in the end result rather than trying to build a relationship with that person. Asking questions of that person, the who, what, why, how, where. Don't be poking and prodding like, what's your favorite color? Nobody cares about you asking about that. You need to come up with a strategic way to really ask good questions and have them talking much more than you're talking. If you're talking 75% of the time, the likelihood of you closing that deal is very small versus asking questions where you can find value to provide value to them is what's going to get you to close that deal. And it may not be even a deal that you close. It may be an opportunity for somebody that you've built a relationship with at another company that you can pass that lead on to so they can vice versa pass something back to you when they ask the question about, let's just say you sell widgets and they sell snowboards. So are you asking questions to provide value? What are the biggest problems that you're facing right now? What's impacting you and your business? And if you've done your research and you've done the 2 to 3 minutes it takes to get online and find somebody either on Facebook or LinkedIn or a website in their business, you can generate a small script of pain points that you've seen within certain industries that you can talk to them about that gives you credibility right off the bat. And then you just go from there. Just keep asking questions. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you talk.
I've never heard that one. Listen twice as much as you talk. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I might use that. In the beginning of the session, you spoke about the door-to-door sales. Can you explain some techniques you use to help guys understand how to close the deal?
That is a great question, and it is a really hard one to master. A lot of things that happen when you're doing face-to-face sales, especially in door-to-door, is attitude management. If you don't understand how to manage your own attitude, you're never going to understand how to tell people or teach people how to manage their own. And the biggest thing that I would say to you is learn techniques of what the trigger points are for the individuals on your team when they start to get a negative attitude. Now, whether that's go sit down and drink a cup of coffee, go take a walk around the block. If they smoke cigarettes, I highly recommend you don't do that because it's unhealthy. But whatever it is that if you've built a relationship with that person, one, you need to go out and you need to show them how to close the deal first. Close their first deal for them. They need to see it's possible. Two, for the first 6 weeks that they're with you, you're checking in with them every 2 hours because the amount of doors that they're going to knock, the amount of times they get the door slammed in their face, and how many times they hear no. There are systems that you can put in place of how many closes your guys need to get a sale. And what you need to do is you need to explain to them that their numbers average out over a week's period, not a day. Because if they focus on that day, which they should focus on continually doing the routine of the day, but their numbers will average out over the week. So you can start knowing, okay, if your close ratio is 1 in 5 or 1 in 7, and you need 5 sales today, well, you need 35 closes. How many times does it take you to get a homeowner at the door? How many conversations do you have with those homeowners where you get a close? And then how many of those turn into sales? They always average out. I've never seen it not happen that way. That's how I would explain it to them. Keep going. But the other thing is the way that they stand at the door when they're presented is 1 foot in front of the other with a shoulder turned backwards like this. It's an open style stance. This is really aggressive. If you're standing there looking at somebody when they open the door, they're like, whoa, hold on, buddy. I literally put 1 foot in front of the other. I stand sideways. I open my shoulders and I'm looking at them and I have a smile on my face. That's your body language. It will make a world of difference.